Doggone news. I'm Tara, and this is your February 2023 Doggy News Wrap-Up.
And my name is Frankie, your friendly co-host.
President Biden facing growing questions and new investigations into the classified documents found in his former office and Delaware home.
Yeah, both the President and the White House declining to answer further questions on the special counsel probe into potential mishandling of the files.
Well, for more on this story, let's turn to Carly, our intrepid field reporter coming to us from the White House lawn in Washington, D.C. Take it away, Carly. Well, good morning to you all. Well, the White House increasingly has tight chops about these classified documents and new investigations as the news of a special counsel sinks in. This morning, the president back at his Delaware home, where a handful of classified documents were found in his garage. Now listen, I know where every bone I ever buried is. So what makes this so damn hard to recall? What is going on here? I know the very same people who are doing this are the same people that always said, oh, my dog ate my homework. Yeah, okay, well, eat this. Alright, anyways, let's turn this over to Johnny, who's coming to us from at the Military Working Dogs National Monument, located in Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, in San Antonio, Texas. Take it away, John.
Thank you. We're here at the Military Working Dogs National Monument, and I want to talk to Captain Doggone, who's head up for the U.S. Army Airborne K9 Corps. Captain Doggone, good morning.
Well, thank you, Johnny. I'm really happy to be here. Hope I can straighten a few things out here.
Captain Doggone, with all these classified documents ending up in these weird places like garages and closets, how would you handle it if it happened on your team?
Classified documents in a garage? Oh, that never happened on my watch. I'd court-martial their ass. Well, that might seem a little rough to some of your viewers, but let it be told, us military dogs, we get it. This is a service. This isn't oh, kumbaya, let's all get together and let's be nice and forgive each other. No, you do something like take a classified document, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. Bad dog. That's what it is. Bad dog.
Thank you, Captain Doggone. I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy dog. So I'm going to let you get back to your routine there. And take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, Johnny, thank you for having me. And make sure you pee in the right areas because there's a lot of landmines out there.
Well, let's go back to you, Carly. This is Johnny reporting from the Military Working Dogs National Monument right here in San Antonio, Texas. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Captain Doggone. Thank you for your service. God bless you. And thank you, Johnny. What a fabulous story. So it's back to you, Tara and Frankie. This is Carly from the White House lawn saying bye-bye. Thank you, Carly, and thank you, Johnny. Great report. And a very special thank you for your service to Captain Doggone. We hope you go back to your troops and give them all a great big belly rub for us. Thank you again. Oh my God. After hearing all this, I have to ask the question.
For all that is sacred, I'm afraid to ask. What's that, Tara?
How is this possible? No no government employee would be allowed to get away with this. What happened to loose lips, sink ships mentality?
I don't know about loose lips, Tara, but I do know a little bit about what constitutes bad dog, bad dog.
Frankie, you're so right. Bad dog, bad dog. Well, now we need to turn to the Doggone weather report, and boy is it a doozy. Okay, take it away, Davey.
Well, it's been a crazy month. Lots of inclement weather from the Midwest with all the cold snaps and the blizzards down to the massive destructive floods down in the southeast. So, with all the bad news, there's always a good side to weather events. And I'd like to take you on a tour of a few of those. Like, for instance, here, you chase a ball and, you just wish they would use the yellow snow. And then, of course, cats. They just don't seem to get the concept. It's not a door, kitty cat. It's not a door. It's snow. Yeah, it's endless snow. And then, of course, we have our canine instincts. We have to swim whenever we see water, especially if we're moving. We have to paddle. It's called a doggy paddle. It's pure instinct, but boy, it sure makes humans happy. They think it's funny as all get out. So, anyways, you got to look at all of it. And then, now what about this cute little bugger? Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, geez. So now, we have this, and then we got what do humans do that they shouldn't do. And that is when the authorities say don't go out in the weather because of high winds, don't go out. It's gonna happen. Inevitably, it's gonna happen. And then, of course, we've all been there. You throw the snow and the wind blows it right back. Yeah, that's a frustrating feeling, but at least it's what is normal. And then, why do humans always have to play when it's a serious condition? They don't get it. They suffer. And some poor policeman or fireman's got to go trying to rescue them. Because you know what's going to happen here. It's inevitable. What's going to happen? This one's going to lose control and go on down into the street. Probably get hurt and have to go to the hospital. Now this poor guy, we've definitely all been there. All right. And then, of course, watch out for the snow. Well, enough of the silliness. Let's move on into our forecast and summary situations, and we'll start off with temperature estimates. Okay, now let's take a look at the upcoming temperature estimates for March. Well, from the panhandle of Florida all the way west to the southeastern portions of New Mexico, the humans are going to be sweating their butts off. And boy, do they taste good when you lick them. From the East Coast all the way through to Southern California, it's going to be a little warmer than usual. Humans are going to be lounging around. You know what that's like. That means snacks. It's going to be perfect weather. Very seasonable from Central California all the way up through New England. Perfect time to get those gardens started. And let's get the dogs out there digging. And the northern part of the United States is really split into kind of two sections. One is it's going to be a little chillier, but that means more wet. And more wet means more snow and rain. So you're going to have days on and off. You're going to enjoy the kids outside in the snow, so go at it. The other bad part, it's going to be colder than usual right along the Canadian border, all across the Midwest and the West States. It is going to be cold, so get ready for that. All right, that wraps up today's estimate for March weather. Oh, well, as a weatherman, one of my most favorite events that occurs every year happened this past month in Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania. Groundhog Day. I kind of like the name as it reminds me of Hound Dog. Elvis forever! So, we asked good old Phil to come by to our show and tell us about the tradition. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Davy. Thank you for inviting me here to talk to you.
Before we dig into it, Phil, let's all watch this as the big moment happened.
There he is. There he is. Punxsutawney Phil, ladies and gentlemen. What's he saying, Tom?
Mr. President, we have a scroll.
We have a scroll.
But above all else, I see a shadow on my stage. And so, no matter how you measure, it's 6 more weeks of winter weather.
Phil, how did the event go for you? Everyone wants to know if you did or you did not see your shadow.
As you know, every year, as tradition would have it, a bunch of crazy humans bang on my door and wake me up just to see if I catch a glimpse of my shadow. If I do, it means 6 more weeks of winter, and I get to go back to bed. If I don't, well, all the humans start making way too much noise, and I cannot go back to sleep.
Well, Phil, what was the outcome this year?
Before I tell you, let me set the record straight here. I'm not sure if you realize this or not, but the whole thing is an act. Yep, fake. F-A-K-E, fake. They plop me up on my stump, and then they push whatever scroll they want me to read with a cane and declare it that I picked it out. I cry BS at this point. I do not have a choice. It is rigged.
Wait a minute, Phil. Are you saying that the good folks that gather at Gobbler's Knob are phonies? How can that be? This totally destroys my faith in solid weather predictions.
Well, look, I can actually prove it. Play back the segment where I'm on the stump and see how they pick out the scroll. As you can see now, the humans with the cane is selecting and moving that scroll. Keep poking at it, and that's the one they want. Now, I didn't do any indications at all. It's just the way it is. I didn't do it. They did it. So they knew ahead of time.
What the heck?
Yeah. Think about this for a moment, Davy. This is held every February 2nd, and spring begins in the vernal equinox, which is when the amount of sunshine is approximately 12 hours long. The vernal equinox marks the moment the sun crosses the celestial equator, which is an imaginary line in the sky above the Earth's equator, from south to north. The vernal equinox happens on March 19th, 20th, or 21st every year in the northern hemisphere. So do the math. Spring always comes 6 weeks after this charade is pulled off. No matter how you look at it, the weather will be whatever it is, no matter what I say or do.
Phil, by disclosing this exclusively here on Doggone Newsweather, you are potentially eliminating your job.
Davy, we are solitary creatures, and I just spend the entire spring, summer, and fall stuffing myself and taking as many naps as I can in the sun. Come winter, I hibernate until spring comes. Well, until the nutsy humans come and wake me up again just to see if I see my shadow. You think I really care that I lose my job? I'm still gonna enjoy the summer.
Wow, my mind is blown. Thank you, Phil. You certainly do lead an interesting life. Sort of like us dogs. Hound dogs, that is.
Thank you again, Davy. Bye-bye.
Well, folks, you heard it right here on Doggone Weather. Back to you, Tara and Frankie, and don't chase your shadows.
Wow, Davy, that's sure looking like March is a mixed bag for all. And poor Phil. It is so typical, though. Grown men simply act like little boys. They just gather around any old stump and make up stuff.
Could not agree more, Tara. Maybe we should start our own tradition. I like Davy's idea of Hound Dog Day.
Me too.
Now we need to turn our attention to the sports. That's what us guys like. We like sports. You know, a sexist would say that, but you know, we do, okay? Simple as that. All right, Jeffrey, take it away.
Thank you, Tara and Frankie. Boy, am I excited this month. We're going to be talking about one of the most amazing events out there in the sports world that probably very few of you know about. But anyways, it's called the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race and held in Alaska, in the United States. Up north part, if you know what I mean. Anyways, we're fortunate enough to have Jed Stevenson with us. Jed is a Bonner County, Idaho man, and he is putting the ID in the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race by being one of two competitors from the Gem State, that's our home state, to participate in the legendary Alaska event. As a nurse in the Bonner General Health Emergency Department, sorry Jed Stevenson has spent more than half his life involved with mushing in one way or another. In March, he will be putting those years of skill to the ultimate test by running the 50th anniversary Iditarod. Oh, this is exciting. He'll be running a team of 14 from Anchorage to Nome, Alaska. Jed and his team will cover nearly 1,000 miles in weeks, possibly less. Jed said his love for the sport began when he was 9 years old and read Gary Paulson's Dog Song. The story follows a young Inuit boy in Alaska during a time when Native Americans are being forced to adopt modern culture and put aside their own. The young man seeks out and learns the traditions of his people, including mushing. Jed said he was hooked at that point. So, anyway, we only have a few moments we can spend as he is training hard and getting his team ready. So, let's talk logistics.
It is an amazing collaborative event, Jeff. Veterinarians and hundreds of volunteers provide support for the dogs along the entire route. Iditarod has 22 checkpoints along the route, and at each checkpoint you pass through, we will have a whole bunch of supplies that will be flown out for us.
Well, this is done by rugged bush planes to various supply points, if I'm not mistaken. And these are the only chance racers have to resupply for themselves and their dogs. This is part of what makes the Iditarod challenging and unique, and is the fact that the trail is located away from roadways. To ensure the teams are in good health, veterinarians are placed at each checkpoint. Let's watch this short clip by the Smithsonian Institute.
It's 7 a.m. on Lake Hood. For the next 2 weeks, Ted Stevens Float Plane Base will become a staging post for an army of 20 pilots volunteering their time and planes to the largest sporting event in Alaska, the Iditarod Dog Sled Race. Today, Nick Cunningham from Regal Air is flying supplies to one of the most dangerous and remote destinations on the race route.
Regal 77 Romeo departure from runway 32 will be at your own risk. Use caution.
Loaded with gasoline, flying over uninhabited mountains, and with no guarantee of where he can land, Nick can't relax for a minute. Set between mountains, trees, and a frozen riverbed, there are few options where to land. Nick decides to go for it.
Little bouncy.
That's how we get all the food that we need for the dogs, because these dogs are burning up to 10,000 calories a day. You cannot swap dogs out. Basically, part of the race is just maintaining a healthy team. So you start out with 14. If a dog gets injured, then you just have to leave them at the checkpoint with your team under the care of veterinarians.
Well, the health of your team is so important that Jed said he wanted to understand what his dogs would do physically. To that end, Jed did compete in the ultra marathon in Utah. Let's watch this clip.
I decided I would run this marathon and basically run as far as I've ever asked my dogs to. So last year I ran an ultra marathon that was 65 miles just to prove that I'm willing to do what I asked them to do.
Well, in addition to the health of your team, you'll have to contend with the harsh Alaskan wilderness. Besides the cold temperatures and tough weather conditions aside, what else could you have to contend with?
Well, I'm always concerned about moose. I mean, daily. You know, when I get into the mountains, I'm always either encountering moose or I'm on the trails. So moose are always a concern.
That's funny. I know what you mean. Anyways, how does being a musher affect you and your family?
Well, biggest thing for me is to show my kids that dreams are not only worth chasing after, but probably one of the more important things to get after in your life. Being an example to my kids by showing them no dream is too big is really important to me. It gives permission for them to dream big and to have fun and have ambition in life.
Oh, thank you, Jen, and best of luck. Do us all proud, and most of all, stay safe. I was able to catch up to a couple of high-powered sled dogs for their comments. Hi there. Would you tell me a little bit about Iditarod is all about?
Yeah, I could tell you about dog sledding. It was first developed as a principal Eskimo method of transportation. And in the gold rushes in Alaska and the Yukon Territory, now Yukon, at the turn of the 20th century, brought greater global attention to sled dogs, which were used at that time for freight hauling, mail delivery, and as well by fur trappers to travel between their traps. So now we just go wherever we want to go. Yeah, we go. Oh, well, they actually make a trail that we have to follow. But we go that way, okay?
Wow, that is quite a history. What makes you feel that this is your calling in life?
Well, it's like this. We train all year round, whether there's snow or not. It doesn't matter. We stay in shape. We are the badasses of all dogs because we can do it longer, much longer, like weeks we can go. Ha ha ha! Yeah, gimme snow! Yeah!
What does your partner there feel about the race?
A happy guy. Oh, just a happy guy. Oh, just a look at that, a the happy dog. Oh, just a happy dog.
Well, there you have it. What a bunch of brave dogs. And the human too, of course. Good luck to all of the contestants. Well, back to you, Tara and Frankie. I am going to be watching this closely. Bye-bye.
Oh dear. I am feeling so inadequate at this moment. Do not know what I can say other than bravo. Bravo, everyone. That is one heck of a story.
Oh, the lead sled dog is so cute. Wonder if you could pass my phone number to him, Jeff. Possible?
Sorry, Tara. These fellas are totally dedicated to a lifestyle that requires focused energy.
Makes me think of a joke I heard once. What do you call baby sled dogs?
Don't know, Frankie.
Mush puppies.
Oh my, this is sacrilege.
How about this one? What did the dentist say while racing sled dogs?
Oh, he couldn't because he gave himself a shot of Novocaine.
No, silly. He yelled, brush, brush, brush.
Hey guys, this was a serious story about some true heroes.
Ha ha ha! Good one, Tara. You know, I like my women how I like my sled dogs. A little husky.
Stop it, Frankie. Do you know what sled dogs eat?
Really good food?
No, knucklehead. They eat mush.
That's enough. I'm out of here before all hell breaks loose. Bunch of ingrates.
Did you hear Chuck Norris once won the Iditarod by pulling his team of dogs on the sled?
Stop, please. My sides are splitting. Bye, Jeff. Cannot wait to see what you bring us next month.
So, folks, this wraps up our very first broadcast of K9TF Doggone News. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you next time.
Don't forget to give us a rating, up or down, and share with your friends and family. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's all, folks. There ain't no more. So hit the road.